Good morning. Today I'm going to talk about my portfolios. I'm in Business English 7 and I'm Susana Muñoz. I'm going to talk about my best and my worst portfolio and my process in my learning skills.
Lately I've been losing sleep.
And also I'm going to talk about how it will help me in the future. This semester, I consider I have been improving my English skills. I started this level with what I consider a good level of English. But while I was recording myself, I noticed that I had plenty of things to understand and to learn. I made my first portfolio at home. I was scared because I didn't do something like this. I didn't film myself ever. This portfolio was graded with a 3.3. It was a very bad grade for my expectations. Actually, it disappointed me a little. And the same thing occurs with the voice analysis.
Surprise!
At the moment I read it will be 8 portfolios, I was in shock. But then I understood what to do and I had a better grade. Important things. One of the important things I could learn was that I don't need to use long sentences. It has to be short and simpler, and that is a thing that I learned since the beginning. The portfolios was not the only tool that helped me and that made me stronger as an English speaker. It was complemented with all the oral communication classes that I took during the semester. How to use the space of the room, how to do a presentation, because managing a foreign language is not only knowing its grammar, listening or speaking. It's about how you communicate in real life.
I'm in the Milky Way. You want me down on Earth, but I am up in space. You're so damn hard to please. We gotta kill this switch. You're from the 70s, but
This is the first and also the worst video.
That is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take
Let's just stop that right there.
Saturday night I was at the mall and I was analyzing some groups of people that were there at the food zone. First of all, I saw a group of teenagers sitting at a table waiting for their food, I supposed, for their dinner. And when that was happening, those people were chatting on their own phones when instead of it, they were supposed to be interacting or talking with each other. Actually, they were nearer than the people that is already far from them. I mean the people they are talking to at their phones than the people that was around them. And in the other hand, I kept walking and I started watching another table that was formed by 6 people, 6 men, that they were about 45 or 50 years old. And I could appreciate that they only cared about talking and enjoying each other and not about the rest of the people. And not even their objects. They didn't take their phones out, never. And instead of it, they were paying attention of what their partners were talking. It demonstrates me that the concept of communication for the 80s and 90s people is really vague. Sometimes we didn't care much about the things that the others are. In this video, the word that I repeat the most is so. After I analyzed all my videos on voice analysis, I started to pay attention in my positive and negative parts of and this is the worst voice analysis. This video was the worst, basically because I never determined my message, so it was not clear. What I had to do was to show what was the key message that I want to transmit. Another thing was the sound. that was not very clear, and the tone of my voice was terrible. I demonstrated that I was very nervous. Actually, I didn't take the time that I had to take to make this portfolio, and it was shown in the video. Another thing was the position of my body that was not the correct. I'm gonna show the best video. Sometimes I talk too much and I say too many things in only 1 minute, so I don't let the others the opportunity to reply or the opportunity to analyze one of my points of view, because when they start to do that, I'm already saying or talking or expressing too many other things, so obviously they don't understand exactly what I want to say. So I have to, of course, change this in order to be understood by others and to be a better communicator, an effective communicator. I have to say only one thing at a time because this is too important. So in that way, people will understand exactly what I want them to know, and in order to this, reduce the opportunity to misunderstandings. And will build better rewarding relationships with my coworkers and in general people around me. So I will create more opportunities to accomplish my work missions, and this is so important to me. I also have to maintain the eye contact, and this is very difficult for me, and pay attention to the other's points of view and see their reactions or what they are understanding about what I just said. And the last two things that I have to change. I did this video with more love, and I really take my time doing it. The tone of my voice were better, and I made less mistakes than the other. It would help me so much in my future and in my professional life, because I will be a more competitive professional and a more fluent person. In my personal life, I must use all the skills learned. Perhaps I won't have to do financial reports at home, but obviously I need to manage my volume and pace. For example, in my near future, I am planning to go on exchange to the United States, so everything I learn in this English class can help me for future presentations that probably I have to do in the classes, and also to have a very relationship with others right there.